my sister discovered my lingerie obsession. Her two intrigued fingers held a black lace bodysuit by its halter strap and said, "What is this?" Like she had finally found snitching material. After I snatched it out of her hand and tucked it back in my top drawer underneath all my good girl undergarments, I reminded her that I could still tell Mom about the note from her teacher I found crumpled under her bed. She kept her mouth closed. But I knew her mind was now restlessly open to the idea of her big sister not being regular sneaking out of the house naughty, but costume Nikki nasty naughty. I knew she wanted to believe that my sexy infants were part of some wild college girl stories I would tell her when she got older, and out of embarrassment, I let her cling to those vacant tales. She doesn't know about the mornings Mom would wake me up from school to find my hands resting between my thighs. Most parents tell their kids to keep their hands to themselves. Mom told me the opposite. Oh, how easily I learned to be ashamed, to repent, for self-exploration, to find humiliation in trying to love my body before giving the task to someone else when it was Grammy's turn to babysit. She never forgot to ask, "Has anyone ever touched you inappropriately?" It was as if she knew I would eventually answer yes, because that response is the only hand-me-down our family owns, and when I asked her what appropriate feels like, she didn't have enough experience to describe it to me on nights when I get off work late. I walk back to my dorm room swift enough to turn 20 minutes into 14, practically jogging, just to make my hips look less mouth-watering, my breast look more knocked, my face look less victim-ready. I've lost count of how many times I've tried to make my vagina disappear. My sister has only seen half of my skin's battle scars, because catcalls don't leave visible remnants like iron burns, and eyes that have stripped me nude don't disturb strangers like gunshot wounds, but my internal apologies sting more than any belt swing. Every day I am reminded that I received a body to be taken and given and hidden and ogled and touched by everyone but me. My stash of garter belts and corsets has nothing to do with secret lovers, and everything to do with memorial services for weeks like these. When it's hard to remember that my body belongs to me when politicians are using words like slut and prostitute to describe young women who use birth control, and lawmakers are fighting to eliminate freedom of reproductive choice with their ignorance and their patriarchal religions, when this skin feels like nothing to be proud of. My top drawer may look like that of a married woman hoping to spice things up, or a dancer who works at a club falsely advertising the attendance of gentlemen, but I am only trying to celebrate the temple no one will let me. I should have told my sister that yes, there was something very wild about learning to be my own sexy, but nothing naughty about dressing myself up in lace and groping the pieces that had been so easily misplaced. I should have told my sister that I felt my first appropriate touch in that black lace bodysuit with my own two intrigued fingers, and I wish I would have recorded my moans so that I would never forget what it sounded like the first time I welcomed myself home.